Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends from all walks of life, today I stand before you to speak about a question that echoes deep within the soul of every human being. What is the purpose of life? It's a question that transcends time, culture, and belief. From ancient philosophers to modern thinkers, from sacred scriptures to scientific exploration, all have tried to answer this mysterious yet vital question. But today I urge you not just to listen but to feel, to awaken that quiet voice within you that has always longed to understand why you are here. Many people go through life following a routine, waking up, working, eating, sleeping, only to repeat the same cycle the next day. While this may appear to be a normal way of life, it often lacks a deeper sense of fulfillment. Without a purpose, days blur into one another and years slip by unnoticed. Life becomes mechanical, a cycle of survival rather than a journey of meaning. In such a state, a person may feel hollow despite external success or material comfort. In team, sickness is a one being, deed undetermined, deed pleasure time. Existence alone does not equate to truly living. Truly living involves passion, direction, and an emotional or spiritual connection to what one does and who one becomes. It's about waking up in the morning with a sense of drive, knowing that your actions contribute to something meaningful. People who live with purpose don't just go through the motions. They engage with life. They reflect, they evolve, and they pursue goals that resonate deeply with who they are. Living without that sense of connection can lead to apathy, confusion, and even depression. Moreover, purposeless life often leaves people vulnerable to external influences. Without a strong internal compass, individuals tend to seek validation from others, chase trends, or define their worth through comparisons. This lack of inner direction causes instability and uncertainty, especially during times of hard hit. In contrast, those who live with purpose are anchored by their deeper values. They can endure adversity with strength, knowing that their struggle serves a greater aim. Their path may not be easier, but it is clear. Even from a broader societal perspective, the absence of individual purpose leads to widespread disengagement. When people feel disconnected from what they do, communities suffer from a lack of innovation, compassion, and cooperation. On the other hand, when individuals pursue their purpose, they contribute more wholeheartedly to the world around them. They inspire, lead, create, and heal. They transform the mere act of living into a meaningful experience that uplifts not only themselves but those in their orbit. Purpose acts like a compass in a person's life. Without direction, it's easy to feel lost, constantly questioning the meaning behind everyday actions and decisions. When someone discovers their purpose, they gain a sense of clarity. They understand where they are headed and why their actions matter. This sense of direction does not mean that life becomes perfect or free of obstacles. Rather, it helps individuals stay focused through distractions, setbacks, or failures. It provides a roadmap that turns chaos into clarity and wandering into purposeful motion. With purpose, choices become intentional, and every effort, no matter how small, aligns with a bigger picture. Fulfillment is another priceless gift that comes from living with purpose. Many people chase happiness through money, possessions, or approval from others, only to feel empty in the end. Fulfillment, however, is deeper and longer sustaining than temporary pleasure. It arises from doing what feels meaningful, whether it's raising a child, building a business, healing the sick, or simply spreading kindness. People who live with purpose experience a greater sense of satisfaction because they are connected to something that matters. They may face difficulties, but the reward is an inner contentment that no material achievement can replace. Inner peace, too, is a result of purposeful living. When a person is aligned with their values and understands their role in life, mental restlessness starts to fade. Anxiety often stems from confusion, regret, or comparison, all of which diminish when one's path is clear. A purposeful life fosters emotional stability because the mind no longer jumps from one meaningless pursuit to another. Instead, it finds rest in meaningful action and thoughtful intention. This inner calm cannot be manufactured or bought. It is a quiet reward earned through living a life of authenticity and integrity. Furthermore, purpose creates resilience. People with purpose are better equipped to navigate challenges because they view hardships not as the end, but as a step in their journey. They see obstacles as tests and setbacks as opportunities for growth. This mindset transforms suffering into strength and pain into progress. With a clear purpose, the will to persist becomes stronger than the temptation to quit. Direction keeps them moving. Creating a life not only lived but deeply meaningful. To increase creation defines life not only lived but deeply meaningful. Our mission in life, recognizing this truth, shifts our understanding of self-worth. It reminds us that our existence matters and that we have a responsibility to uncover and fulfill our personal calling. Unfortunately, many people spend their lives comparing themselves to others, forgetting that they were not meant to follow someone else's path. The idea that success looks the same for everyone is deeply flawed. One person might be meant to heal, another to lead, another to create, and another to serve quietly in the background. All are equally valuable. Embracing your unique mission means breaking free from societal molds and instead listening to the quiet pull inside you that whispers where your strengths are needed. It is a personal journey, and only you can walk it with authenticity. Often, your mission is connected to your life experiences, especially your struggles, what you have survived, what you have learned, and what has stirred your soul can become powerful tools to guide and help others. Pain is not meaningless when it leads to purpose. Your story, your wounds, your victories, all of it becomes part of your mission. It doesn't require fame, wealth, or perfection. It only requires the courage to step into who you truly are and the willingness to share that truth with the world. No one else can fulfill your role in life, just as you cannot fulfill theirs. When you begin to live according to your unique mission, life feels more authentic. The energy you put into your goals no longer feels forced or draining because it flows naturally from your core. You begin to attract opportunities, people, and experiences that align with who you truly are. There is a sense of harmony between your inner self and your outer actions. You stop chasing approval and start living with intention. And in doing so, you not only elevate your own life, but contribute meaningfully to the lives of others, simply by being the person you were always meant to be. Into a world driven by constant noise, distraction, and comparison, many people make the mistake of seeking their purpose in external sources. They look to others for validation, chase material success, or mimic the paths of those who appear happy and successful. While these outside influences may provide temporary motivation or direction, they rarely lead to genuine fulfillment. True purpose isn't something that can be handed to you or bought. It's not found in accolades, job titles, or possessions. It is a personal, internal truth that must be uncovered from within your own soul. Through self-awareness, reflection, and honesty. Discovering your purpose is an inward journey, one that often requires silence, solitude, and a willingness to look beneath the surface of your daily life. This process demands that you examine your passions, values, talents, and even your pain. You must ask yourself what excites you, what angers you, what breaks your heart, and what brings you peace. These inner cues are not random. They are signals from your deeper self, guiding you toward a life that aligns with who you truly are. The answers lie not in the opinions of others, but in the quiet places of your heart that only you can access. Many people are uncomfortable with introspection because it forces them to face truths they've long avoided. However, avoiding this inner work only leads to confusion and dissatisfaction. When you finally stop seeking distractions and sit with yourself long enough to listen, you start to uncover patterns and desires that point toward your life's purpose. It may come in the form of a calling, a realization, or a sense of conviction. And while it may not always be easy to follow, it will feel right, not because others approve of it, but because it brings a sense of alignment and authenticity that nothing external ever could. Additionally, the process of discovering purpose within teaches you to trust yourself. It builds inner strength and clarity that no external force can shake. This inner purpose becomes your anchor, your motivation, and your compass in times of doubt or adversity. It empowers you to make decisions that honor your true self rather than trying to live up to someone else's expectations. In a world that constantly tries to define who you should be, finding your purpose within allows you to confidently define yourself, not by trends, not by achievements, but by the truth of who you are at your core. One of the most profound realizations in life is that true purpose often lies not just in personal achievement, but in the impact we have on others. When we serve others, whether through kindness, compassion, or meaningful work, we begin to experience a sense of connection and fulfillment that is difficult to achieve through self-centered pursuits alone. Giving of ourselves to help others, even in small ways, creates ripples of positive energy that extend far beyond our immediate surroundings. In doing so, we begin to understand that our existence carries weight, not just for ourselves, but for the world around us. Contributing to the lives of others shifts the focus away from personal struggles and brings perspective. When we are lost in our own challenges, helping someone else can offer clarity and relief. It reminds us that we are part of something greater, something interconnected. Whether it's mentoring someone, volunteering time, offering a listening ear, or sharing knowledge, these acts are not only acts of service, they are steps toward discovering purpose. People who regularly serve others often report feeling more satisfied, more grateful, and more aligned with their values because they are living in harmony with the fundamental human need to matter. It's also important to understand that service doesn't have to be grand or public to be powerful. Sometimes the greatest contributions come quietly through loyalty, empathy, patience, or consistent support to those around us. You don't have to be a hero on a global stage to make a meaningful difference. The mother raising her children with love, the stranger who offers comfort in a moment of distress. These people live their purpose every day through small but powerful acts of service that uplift others. Furthermore, serving others often reveals hidden talents and passions that we might not have otherwise discovered. When we step out of our own world and into the lives of others, we encounter different perspectives, new needs, and opportunities to grow. These experiences challenge us to expand our understanding and refine our gifts. They inspire us to keep evolving, not just for ourselves, but for the people who depend on us. Through this process, service becomes more than just an action. That becomes the need, is the helper to shine brightly so as to prevent opposite a mirror. Through this process, it becomes a mirror. Through this emolument. Finding and living your true purpose is not an effortless journey. It requires deep self-reflection, unwavering discipline, and a constant commitment to growth. Self-reflection is the first step, and perhaps the most important. It involves pausing the noise of life and asking yourself tough, honest questions. Who am I? What do I value? What brings me joy, and what stirs my soul? These questions cannot be answered overnight or through surface-level thinking. They require stillness, time, and the courage to confront your fears, flaws, and deepest desires. Without this introspection, it's easy to be misled by superficial goals and to live a life that isn't aligned with your inner truth. Discipline is what turns purpose into reality. It's easy to feel inspired in the beginning, but sustaining purpose through the challenges of life requires consistent effort. There will be distractions, failures, and moments of self-doubt, but discipline helps you stay the course. It demands that you show up for your mission even when it's hard, even when the results aren't immediate, and even when others don't understand your path. Discipline creates structure around your purpose. It's what transforms dreams into progress and potential into action. Without it, purpose remains an idea rather than a lived experience. Growth is the third and continual component of purpose. Purpose is not static, it evolves as you do. As you experience life, face setbacks, and gain wisdom, your understanding of your role in the world may shift, and that's natural. Growth means being open to learning, unlearning, and becoming a better version of yourself with time. It involves stepping outside your comfort zone, embracing failure as a teacher, and remaining humble enough to know there is always more to learn. Purpose thrives in environments where growth is welcomed and sought after, because every lesson adds depth to your mission. When self-reflection, discipline, and growth come together, they create a powerful foundation for purposeful living. You become more attuned to your values, more committed to your vision, and more capable of enduring life's inevitable tests. This combination allows you not only to discover your purpose, but to embody it fully. You don't just talk about what matters to you, you live it daily and intentionally. The journey might be long and demanding, but with these three pillars, you'll not only walk your path, you'll grow stronger with every step. When you live with purpose, your actions begin to resonate beyond your immediate environment and lifespan. Purposeful living plants seeds that grow into legacies, memories, values, and impacts that endure even after you're gone. A life of meaning leaves behind more than accomplishments. It leaves behind inspiration. Whether it's the kindness you showed, the wisdom you shared, or the lives you touch, your existence continues to echo in the hearts and actions of others. People may forget what you owned or what titles you held, but they will never forget how you made them feel and what you stood for. A purposeful legacy is not about fame or recognition. It's about influence and contribution. You may not be a celebrity or historical figure, but the legacy you leave can still shape generations. A teacher who mentors students with patience and passion, a parent who raises children with love and integrity, or a community member who devotes their time to bettering others' lives. All of these individuals leave behind something far greater than material wealth. They leave behind character, impact, and a standard for others to follow. Purpose breathes life into your actions and ensures they carry lasting weight. Living with purpose also inspires others to pursue their own. When someone sees you living with intention, overcoming hardships, staying true to your values, and lifting others, they begin to reflect on their own journey. Your purpose-hewn life becomes a light for others, guiding them out of confusion and into clarity. This ripple effect expands your legacy even further. You empower people not through control or authority, but through example. Purpose is contagious, and when lived authentically, it has the power to elevate families, communities, and even cultures. Moreover, purpose compels you to think long-term. Rather than making choices based on short-term gain, you begin to prioritize what will matter most in the years to come. both for yourself and for those who come after you. You begin to invest in relationships, build meaningful work, and live according to principles that will withstand the test of time. The idea of leaving a legacy becomes less about ego and more about service. It becomes a commitment to contribute something good, lasting, and true to the world. In this way, purpose turns a temporary life into a timeless message. In the end, the purpose of life is not something we find in the world around us. It is something we awaken within ourselves. It is not a destination, but a journey. Not a title, but a way of living. When we stop chasing shadows and start listening to our inner voice, we begin to uncover a path uniquely meant for us. This path, lit by service, strengthened by growth, and driven by meaning, transforms not only our own lives, but the lives of everyone we touch. So choose to live intentionally, to seek deeply, and to walk boldly in the direction of your true purpose. Because a life lived on purpose is the greatest gift you can give to yourself and to the world.